now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Panthers and the Vikings, just ahead on EA Sports.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Vikings coming into play. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive.
They are led out by their veteran quarterback hailing from Michigan State, and we like that. It's Kirk Cousins.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times to intercept,
the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They'll go with a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And the third down throw, it misses the target, incomplete.
That was the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they got a whole game left to clean that up. Let's go clicking on those key third down throws.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
On 2nd and 12, Willis. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here's Willis, 3rd and long. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it up. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Cousins. Trying to lay one up deep. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Again, it's Penny. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
That one a first down pickup of 8. The Vikings at 9 and 6 now. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
There's so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Willis. They'll get this to Nwangu. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 40-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Hands it off out of the gun. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Panthers have recovered.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On first down, they stick with Singletary. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that.
Panther football to start quarter number 2, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Singletary again, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to have to hook up to Gage. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Give him 32 on the play.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football right on the money.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. On a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Cousins to throw it. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is out of bounds here. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tap it.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Singletary with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. This taken in at the goal line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And they'll run the option to start the drive. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
2nd down throw coming by Willis.
And his throw is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
To throw, here's Willis. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
To throw, Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Defensively, we always know he is totally run-supported. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Throwing, Cousins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Throwing is Cousins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Cousins. And he'll just get rid of it.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire it out into the sideline where no one could get it.
Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
19 sight.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Osborne. He's got it.
And they're going to have this across midfield inside the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one.
Let's go now. Let's go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Back to throw, Willis. Throw caught there by Osborne.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Vikings!
K.J. Osborne.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Final play of the half, Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition is focused on running the pass here. They got really good with that ground game, and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, falling like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Cousins. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper it at 2nd and 1. On the give, this is their fullback. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And Willis keeping it himself on the option.
Touchdown, Vikings! Malik Willis, the 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. They're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was Malik Willis who took it in himself to cap things off.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line.
I'm starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they...
After review of the play.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing in their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they string together a nice drive and help themselves out. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
23 yards on the play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going, and if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It's a pickup of 12, and they'll set up a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try to run for this with Singletary. But he's not going to get there. It'll be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now on 2nd and 13. Willis. Open man. He's got Jefferson across the formation.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
75 yards.
And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now.
CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
2nd down and 3.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down. They go right back to Singletary. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll give this to Singletary running right. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this third down play as we play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now Cousins. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere, and got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Willis.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Cook now off the read option.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on his faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game.
Well, touchdown, Vikings!
Malik Willis.
33 yards.
And the Vikings hold on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with a final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Jamal Dean. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that. Look at the empty stands on that sideline. This is one of those games where it's going to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Malik Willis, 32 yards. And the Vikings are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. And a call out a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring out 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Let's take it at around the 40. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading on to the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
They'll run for it. Cook. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he should.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for them.
After review of the play,
so that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Cousins now. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get it. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
This game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he's certainly...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's what we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. And that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2nd down, here's an option right. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Third down, it's Willis.
He finds his man, complete. That's Osborne. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Line of scrimmage at 31 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Willis with another keeper.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he is going to lose yardage here. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Here's Willis on 3rd and long.
He finds his man, complete. It's Osborne. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Willis will look to throw it
toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue.
Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game.
It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick.
And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. A first down throw for Cousins. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by wk17. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead.